All right, hey guys, Jason here. We're up here at Jimmy Britt, the amazing Jimmy Britt. It is Sunday, Memorial Weekend here. I'm getting ready to go out hunting and I'm going to get soaked. You can see that sky. I'm going to make a few videos for about an hour and then I'm heading out in the woods. But what we're going to talk about today, Jeep's got some problems. Okay, Jeep has got some issues with the Pentastar, the 3.6. We're seeing them pop up more and more. I can hear that thunder. Hopefully we get through this video. But the Pentastar 3.6, people have been blowing up my comments. They're going crazy in the comments about this. And how Brad over at Trail Recon, he's got 31,000 miles on his Gladiator Rubicon, and he's got the camshaft lifter problem in there. You need a new camshaft and new lifters in there. And it sucks. It's a reality. And you know, I hate seeing it happen, but on the same note, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. It sucks. It sucks bad, and they're happening more. They said in there something, I think he said 12,000 versions in that video that the camshaft is on back order, and there's 12,000 people waiting for them. And they've even made it a kit now to deal with, to fix this thing. It sucks. Now, there's some bright sides. There's some positives and some silver linings to this issue here that are not too horrible, but it does straight up suck. This was a problem. They recalled the 2014 through 2020 Stars because of this same exact issue. Thought they had this solved and this thing was no longer a thing, and now all of a sudden we're getting a new spurt of kind of a bump in the numbers of these that are happening to, and it's not a good thing. Every manufacturer goes through some stupid stuff, and it's part of the game. Just like Chevy with the 5.3 lifter issue, okay? It has never been totally resolved, even though they say they totally resolved it. And same with the 6.2s, and the same with that stuff, and just like the Ford, the 2.7s, and still dropping lifters and things like that in there, or I mean valves. We can't get away from this. There is nothing out there that's perfect. Well, GM is going through a little phase right now, or I'm sorry, Chevy is going through a phase similar like how GM did, like Toyota did with the Tundras. It was never debris in the engine in Tundras. I don't care what they tell you, it's happened for way too long to way too many, and that was just a very horrible, piss poor excuse and a lie is what it is. A straight up lie is what it was. We're meant to be stupid, we're not meant to know any better, and we're not meant to understand this stuff. We are just peasant little peons, and it's not in our nature to understand big business. So that's the way they look at it. So we get nothing. But here, it's the same kind of thing. It's a problem that's bouncing back. Lifter issues, okay? And cam and lifter. Now, what does that mean for you if you have one? It means nothing. It means nothing. It means you drive your truck until something happens, and then if something happens, you get it fixed, and you should be under warranty. I have said it in no less than a dozen videos in the last year and a half on how you should not own any vehicle today without a factory extended warranty. And if you do, which many people do, I'll never buy one, I'm never going to get one, it's the dumbest thing in the world. More power to you. You do whatever works for you. I will never have a vehicle without an extended warranty from the factory. Therefore, if something happens, I don't worry. However, we do worry with every brand today because of why? Part availability. Remember, we said it's 12,000 people waiting on them. They are on a back order for these right now, just like the Pentastar, or I mean like the 6.2 from Chevy, just like Ford things, just like everybody. When there's a problem and something goes down, everything ends up on back order. Heck, everything's on back order anyway. It's the most disgusting thing there is. So that's where the issue comes in. Okay, that's where the issue is. It's a very small fix. Okay, it's not like it's not anything to be concerned about. I looked it up. What is it? It's like $550 in parts, basically. And according to what I'm seeing on like Repair Pal and stuff, a dealership can do it in 4 hours. Okay, they can replace that in 4 hours. It's overhead cams. It's right there. It's simple, easy to do. So it's not a big job. But quotes, I've seen quotes from people that have done it when I was looking online, anywhere from $1,200 for to have it done, if it's caught early enough and not too bad, all the way up to $7,000. Well, let me tell you this. If a dealership tells me they're going to charge me $7,000 to fix a lifter issue on a Jeep, if I'm out of warranty, then instead what I'm doing is I'm going to tell them no, I'd put a whole new motor in it for 10 rather than have, like, sorry, it gets awful loud by the road, but if I had, for example, if I had 80,000 miles on my Gladiator and I didn't get an extended warranty, and they said, hey, it's going to cost you $7,000 to fix a cam. I'd be like, no, it's not. Nope, we're going to use that one for parts, pull that motor out and drop a brand new crate motor from Mopar in it I'll buy it online myself. I'll have it shipped right to your dealer, and I can get that motor for like $7,000 brand new from Mopar, and then they can put it in for me for another $2,000. That's the route I would go, rather than let them change a cam and a couple of lifters there for $7,000 or whatever they're talking about. So we saw prices everywhere. Realistically though, you catch it early, not a big deal. And it has a tell. Okay, this is the beauty of it. Unlike the Tundra, and again, I'm not knocking any of these other brands, because as I said, every brand has issues. And here I am, a huge Jeep fanboy, telling you that Jeep right now kind of sucks with the problem they're having. It's a kind of a pain in the butt. But when you had, like, when the Hemi goes, or the Tundra, sorry, I'm talking about a lot of vehicles. When the Tundra goes down, boom, it's just down. You can be going 80 miles an hour down the highway, and boom, the thing just stops running. It's over. Same with a Chevy 6.2, same with a lot of vehicles. A lot of catastrophic failures are like that. They're instantaneous, any moment, any ticking time bomb, boom, the trigger goes, it's gone. The beauty of this, the same when it was like with the Hemi Tick, okay, and the things like that we dealt with, and even the old Ford versions of this, and everything like that we've had to deal with when it comes to this stuff, you get fair warning. Okay, you will hear the engine ticking. Tick, 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 tick. You're gonna hear that. Once you start hearing that, it's time to get it into the dealer. Okay, it's time to take it in. Stop driving it, get it in, get it figured out, get it inspected, and get it taken care of. You catch it early, it's not a big deal. And it's not gonna do any catastrophic failure or issues for you, but you can catch it even before it sends a code. Okay, you'll hear it in the engine. That's the beauty part of it. The other thing you got to remember is too that, so there's 12,000 of them plus more that we don't know about, that kind of thing, or whatever the case is. I get it. There are 14 million Pentastar 3.6s on the road. 14 million of these motors. Okay, one Wards, W-A-R-D-S, Wards, okay, one of the best engine companies out there as far as engine reviews, won Wards Best 3 times this motor. Okay, I don't want to hear any comments, which we will. They'll be in here. There'll be people flaming like crazy. Told you it's junk. Told you I'd never buy a Jeep. Told you I'd never get one of them. Well, no offense to you, but I don't care. You show me another vehicle that can do what this does, and it's what I do with mine for a living. Show me anything. You find me a vehicle that can do what that does. Okay, then you go telling me about how you won't buy it. I get it, because you don't go off-road and you don't do nothing like that, and I get it. You're cool, and you drive something that's cool, and us little mere peons that spend too much money on a Gladiator, we don't know what we're doing, and we're all dumb and stupid and ignorant, and we made a mistake, and I lost you when I said Jeep was good, and oh my God, it goes on and on. Point being, Jeep has got some issues. Yes, they do right now, and it sucks bad, but it is not a high number of them. It isn't. It's not like every one of them's going down, just like if you got a GM 6.2, or you have a GM 5.3, or you have a Tundra, it's not like the sky's falling. I mean, you look at the odds, so there's 0.003% of them that are out there that are showing that could have a problem. And you know what? If I was playing a lotto or anything else in life, I would take that 99.997%. I'd take it all day long. Then mine's going to be pretty good. So don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. Just know what to do if something happens so that you are prepared. Understand what it is about it. And understand that the part back order is the biggest problem. If we didn't have to deal with part back orders from these stupid manufacturers with this, and here it is, tick, 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 bring it up here to the dealership. Hey guys, I got a tick in my engine. Check it out. I wait in the waiting room, tick tock, tick tock. They come back out a half hour later and say, yep, you know what? You need a new cam and you need new lifters in it. We can get the parts here on Wednesday, bring it back, or we're going to leave it here. We'll give you a rental. We'll see you on Wednesday afternoon. We'll get it done. Your parts will be here Wednesday morning. We'll have it done for you by Wednesday dinner time. Thursday morning at the latest, and you pick it up. That's how this would go. That's exactly how this would go. No, instead, the internet is flooded with people saying, I waited 4 months. I waited 3.5 months. I waited 7 weeks. They're telling me it's going to be 9 to 11 weeks. Okay. This is not a dealership problem. This is a manufacturer problem. Oh, Jeep's the worst. They told me it'd be 5 weeks before they could get a part. You think that's any better than the people that are losing a 6.2 motor and they're told it's going to be a year before they get a new one? think it's any worse than the people that lost a Tundra motor and they're told it's going to be a year before they're going to get a new one? You think it's any worse than the people that bought a Bronco and their valve train explodes on them and they're told it's going to be a year to 18 months before they get a new one? You think it's any different with any other brand? It's not. Does it suck? Yes, it does. Is Jeep kind of having a problem right now, the hiccup they got to deal with? Yes, they do. Just like every single brand does. There's no getting away from it. But I want to bring it to your attention that it is something that you kind of might need to be concerned about right now. For whatever way or whatever reason, a problem that was been pretty non-existent for a few years now, or very small numbers, kind of like the Chevy 5.3, they had it sorted, and then there was still some little pop-ups and flare-ups here and there. Well, Jeep is going through a flare-up right now on this cam and lifter issue for whatever reason. We'll never know the cause. Could be supplier, could be whatever the case is, could be a tolerance, could be machine and tooling out of whack, it could be a lazy employee, it could be a million things that's causing it. Point being, we got some sort of a little issue going there in this little spurt. We don't know how long it'll last, what it is, but and it's a small number, but there's enough of them out there now that it's hitting that it's worth mentioning. There's no nits on this thing. There's nothing. There is a service bulletin internally through Jeep about this happening. Therefore, they have basically combined all the parts that are needed into one package to repair this kind of thing. So there's some information out there on it, but it is something worth noting and keeping an eye on and keeping in mind. But there's the truth of it for you. Any questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.